Hello guys, welcome back. So in the previous episode we have built this beautiful home page or whatever which is going to display the post from the database. Okay, that's so cool. So now the question here it is like not the question actually, the further step is when someone clicks on this post, it needs to redirect to a page where it's going to display the entire post, right? So before we get into that, I just had a few things which I have gone through. So in the last episode, if you just remember, so it's about headers taking and giving JSON, so which isn't working, guys. So I just debugged it and it's not working. So we in the PHP we are going to only handle with the form data. So I created a new object called form data and appended our two variables. And in the object in the body, I'm sending this as a form data. Okay, so now it works perfectly fine. That's the reason now you could see. So if we change this to 3, you could see only 3 posts. Oops. So if I say only 2, okay, so let's assume it's 2, and if I refresh the page, now we're going to see only 2 posts. Okay, so yeah, that works. Okay, so form bodies, so make sure you just do that now. So this is a post URL I'm going to be building today. So the post URL indicates it starts with the blog because of our directory is the blog where it starts, and then followed by the post. Okay, so post is a constant variable, and then it should be the author ID. So yeah, so for now we are using author name as it, and then it is followed by the year which which year the blog has been published, followed by the category it is in, and finally it should be post title. So I'm thinking after building this, the category isn't required for us right now. So because a post may be in multiple categories, so it brings a little bit of confusion there. So don't think category is necessary because we have in here. So if it's possible, you could also include the month here. Okay, so there are multiple possibilities, guys. Okay, so hope you do it. And at the end, HTML, it's an optional one. Okay, so either you could have an .html or anything you would like, because I'm putting HTML so that it will be really nice, indicating that it's a kind of HTML file from the outside world. That's okay, that's not a big deal. But yeah, so this URLs kind of stuff, this is up to you. Okay, so for that I just gone through index.php, and I just I mean, it's from our actual front end. I created a new case called post, so it's already forward from blog. So now if it is going to come across the components post index.php. Yeah, so before we get into that, we have this post read method. So the problem here is we doesn't have the revision ID, so we need to make changes for that. Okay, yeah, so read post takes two attributes. One is post ID and revision ID. So right now it's really not good to take this particular, you know, revision ID, because revision ID should be always the latest, because the user whoever is going to watch today, he's only go through the latest one, not the oldest or some mail one. Okay, he has no use to request a particular version of the blog post, right? So we need to be making sure that it is always the latest and it is not unpublished. So I'm gonna remove this. Okay, so he don't have access to revision ID anymore. Yeah, so revision ID doesn't exist, remove that. So yeah, now only post ID is required for us. Even the post ID is an optional one if you say, but right now I'm gonna keep that. Okay, okay, remove that right there, like that. So yeah, so if someone sends a post ID, I need to make sure the revision ID is greater than or equal to 0 initially first. That's the first step, greater than or equal to 0. But the part right here, it is getting complex here, is what about if there are more than one contents. Okay, so here it is only one, it is an array, so it is having a multiple contents, hello world, content one paragraph in continuous. Yeah, that's cool, that's cool. So let's see if there is any post like that having multiple revisions. Okay, let me go to content right here. It's post one here, so which is post ID is 7. Yeah, let's try 7. Yeah, so I don't think it's cool. Not okay, I just misplaced post revision 1 spinning oral. Okay, so actually it doesn't need a post revision, so let's try for 3. Post ID 3. Yeah, cool, let's try for post ID 3. So yeah, so now if I go through JSON right here, so you could see title, some text, and again a title. uh, yeah, here. So you could see only up to some text it's good, but the revision ID should be the latest one, which should be pulling this one, not this one. So it is including both of them. So that's the problem. So you could see the post part, and so now we have to make sure we are going to push only the latest revision all the time. Okay, so for that I going to do this. So post underscore revision is equal to max of post underscore revision. Yeah, so post underscore revision, yeah, it's a group function, so we can't do like this. Just got another idea, so I'll use any select. So instead of post revision, I'll say revision underscore ID. So we'll go for different thing, because in metadata, so we're actually maintaining the revision ID which has been published. Okay, so even though it is not latest, it doesn't matter. So we are only getting the revision ID. So I'll say it's revision ID. So you could go a little more further if you want. Okay, so I'll say it's revision underscore ID. Okay, so in here I need, okay, oops. So here I need to import the second one, the metadata also, right? Log underscore post underscore metadata. So if you click send, this should work. Still getting an error. Yeah, so we need to do the aliases that would remove the conflicts most of the time. So it's PC. So I need the post content, which is PC dot. So the post ID is from PC. So you could say also PM. That's no big deal. And also we need to make sure that PM dot post underscore ID is equal to PC dot post underscore ID. So the post matches right there. We could go further. So it's the post revision is from PC. Okay, it should be greater than 0, and the post revision PC is actually the value of PC PM. PM dot. So let me see. Yeah, we got the output. Cool. Alias has fixed most of the problems. So now could see we got actual content we need, revision ID not given, only the post ID given. So now question is how we are going to give this post ID. Okay, so we need to find the post ID. Yeah, that's cool. So somewhere else in the URL, I think I should embed my post ID. So that would really make a difference, right? Cool. So yeah, so most of the time I see most of the blogs will embed their post IDs at the end in the format like this. Okay, post underscore ID. So and at the end it contains some post ID which is going to defer all the URLs anyway. So this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna embed my post ID like this. So let's put our URL in here. So this is the view post. So when someone clicks here, this is the URL they need to be redirected. Okay, let's copy this and paste it right there. Cool. So the author is going to be replacing from this. So copy this. We need this name to be, yeah, good. So the year, this is where we need to do some JavaScript here. So I'll say date equal to post dot published on dot split of space. Okay, so I'll use the date to be displayed here instead of all of them. Okay, it's 1, oh sorry, 0. So since we are getting the published is a timestamp which is having both date and time, it doesn't need the time actually, so we only need the actual date. So that's the most important thing to be presented on the user. So yeah, date, it's big enough. So the next thing I need is the year. So like I need to extract the year, so and the month. So since we had, I'm going to decrease the complexity here, so I'm going to only extract the year from here. Okay, so yeah, how is the date? Yeah, so date is the first one. So if you split the date with the hyphen, you'll get the year. Okay, so it's say date dot split of hyphen, and the 0, it will be the actual year. So I'll just get that. So now I just need to simply put that here. Year. Now we need the post title. So here where it gets complex, the post title may be capitals and it may have some different symbols like spaces, but in URLs you can't have spaces. That's the first thing you need to make sure. So I need to remove the spaces. So I just got a little idea with me, so I'm gonna apply that. Okay, post dot title. Okay, so first I'm going to is convert it to the lowercase. Okay, so lowercase, so it is going to be the easiest way to do. So I need it to be the lowercase. Then I'm going to split it based on spaces. So yeah, once I split, I'll join them again, but this time I'll use uh, the hyphen. Yeah, in the URL you can have a hyphen but not spaces. So I'm replacing all the spaces with the joins. So this is how a simple replace all can be in JavaScript. Okay, hope you got that. Yeah. Now the post ID. So we need a post ID, right? So the post ID can be from post.id. Cool. Everything seems to be fine. Let's refresh, and yeah, we got the post. And if you click the post, you could see, so we are redirecting to your URL, so which is says blog post admin is the username, and 2020 indicates the year it is published, and now we have this thing. So these 13 indicates the actual post ID, right? That's cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the remaining stuff, right? So in the includes, if you go blog, in the components we need a new directory called post, right? I'll say post, and inside it we need the index.php. So that's where we start our stuff. I'll say index.php. Yeah, yeah. So index.php, so this file is going to initially take the URL, so request URI, and we need to parse it. Okay, we need to actually parse it and send the request to our actual server and then get this stuff done, right? Cool. So the actual URI, so it's better if you do in the JavaScript, or you could use the other servers if you like. So yeah, okay, so let's start the script here. I'm gonna write the script on here so it doesn't want to mess. Okay, so I need the URL. Okay, the const URL, I need that one. The first thing is we need the URL, right? URL equal to assume something like this. Okay, so most of the time the URLs will be in the window.location. Okay, so let us try and let me show you how the URL is going to be. Yeah, so window.location. You're not dealing with log storage. Yeah, location. So if you click that, now you could see I could have a location href attribute. So there are many attributes which is going at different steps. So we need this one here. So href. So href is going to indicate my actual location. Okay, so this path name here. So if I click here and if I say again window dot location again here, so now you could see the path name. It's going to be this is the one we need. Okay, we need the path name, other stuff. So we're going to take this and we're going to handle it. Okay, so we are having window.location.path name. Okay, that's where our URL is, right? Window.location location.path name. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, so we have the URL. So now I said I need the post ID. Okay, I need only the post ID from the URL. So I'll say post ID equal to URL dot split of hyphen. So if I split hyphen and if I get the splice, okay, slice of -1, automatically I will be getting that. Okay, so let me try. Some variable a is having window dot location dot path name. So if I say a dot split of hyphen dot splice of -1, so I'm getting 13.html. Sorry, okay, so I'm getting 13.html. So I need to do like again a split here, so I could do that. So if I say 0 and then dot split of dot and the 0 with 1, so this is going to be my post ID. So simply what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a fetch request to my API, right? So we had already this thing fetch, so I just want to type the code entire again. So I'm just going to copy this right there. Hold on, with the form data and until the JSON. Yeah, so we need this entire script from here. Cool. So we're gonna post it here. Yeah, so once we get that, okay, so once we get that, so actually this should be replaced with the read post, right? So the get post should be replaced with read post. Okay, read it's just post, sorry. So in the form data I need the post ID, not any others. So it's a post just ID. Yeah, so it should be like post underscore ID, my variable that I had, and we doesn't need any of this stuff again. Yeah, so once we get the JSON, this is how the JSON will be. The JSON will contain a data. Inside that we'll have the content of array. So I'll say the content. Yeah, so the content. So now this content is really useful. So we just run a a map function and combine all of them, or since there's an array we could use the join function to get the text out of it. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing here. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna get the entire text. Okay, I'm gonna say it's a HTML content, so I'll say uh, we doesn't need any of that. Okay, so we just need to get the text, so I'll use dot join of nothing. So simply I'm gonna create a div tag here. Okay, class is equal to container. So inside that I'm gonna give this an ID equal to content. Okay, so in the content right there, document dot get element by ID, and it is content dot inner HTML is equal to the content. Yeah, so now this is ready. Let's test. Okay, hold on. This is a bad request. Okay, let's echo something here to make sure it's works. No, it's little possessed maybe. Okay, I think it's going right over there. Why? Okay, the case is like it's not matching with the entire URL, so it is breaking up the loop. It's not just a post, so it is breaking with that. So we need to make sure we split our the actual routes. So yeah, we need to split the routes so that only the first part of them will be out So we already replaced it, so if we split based on the forward slash, it's going to be real confusing here. So yeah, so by the default one, I'll just do this thing here. So instead of default, I'll just do include this one. Okay, so it is going to try to make up. Okay, so if this is the URL, it is going to make with that thing. Okay, it doesn't want to disturb the remaining stuff, or else it's going to be the thing here. Okay, so works. Okay, we got a few stuff. I haven't expected this to be happening. Okay, let's remove the blind request from there. What the hell, I'm having this thing in here, really? It's cool. So I just need to remove that echo file. What if it is just post? Okay, what are these things that are coming from my, where the hell is these things coming from? Okay, let's console log this thing, log off res. I don't think something's not good. Console log, and if I refresh, how? Holy, really? Who just put that all the stuff in there? Okay, let's see if it's 13 right there and send. Okay, so it's me who just put all this stuff. Okay, so what is the one we are trying here? So we are trying with the 3, right? Okay, let's try with the 3. So 3 has only the basic stuff, the title. So let's try it's 3. Okay, I'm just manipulating remaining. Yeah, you could see. So now only the title has been displayed. That's good. So we're displaying the content, so you could go a little further. So you may be asking, so what's the URL of the remaining stuff? Okay, so you could use it for breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs in the sense, I'll show you the bootstrap, that will be really helpful. Yeah, breadcrumb is like you know, yeah, this is the one. Yeah, it's a like location thing. Okay, so where you are at, so it's a breadcrumb thing. Okay, so these are really useful for now. So you could use that to display where actually the author is using this stuff. So he's at the post, something like that. You could do that all the time. Okay, so this is pretty quite easy, guys. Okay, so if you check the others, I think I just posted all the stuff in this thing. Really? Oh yeah, this is fine. This is literally fine. So yeah, so now you could see we are actually displaying the post. Okay, so you could also go a little further. You could display the actual title and the date of year of publish, the author name, and you know, you could build a lot of content here. So we'll do it in the coming episodes. For now, we are having a post on the home page, and someone clicks on the we post and they could see the content in that. So in the next coming episodes we'll get back to that. So this dynamic dashboard, we need to mention the sub comments and sub posts, like the subcategories of this dashboard. Once we are done, we'll get into the further and we'll try to create this creating post page, so where some author can log in and he could create a post and he could post it, and once it has been posted and approved, everything happened, it gets published, it will be displayed on this dashboard. Okay, so that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you just did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and share this video with your friends. And this has been a big series and it's going a lot. So yeah, it still continues. I don't think it's gonna end too soon, right? So there is a lot to learn and a lot to come up with. Yeah, thank you, bye bye, peace out.